What do you, little baby? Wow, wow, little baby, you want your mommy to wipe your tushy? Because you want to eat food all day long? Like, oh my God, I want these foods that cause damage to my body. They cause damage to your body, you still want to eat them anyhow. What's your problem, man? Because you little baby, wow, wow, oh my God, I want my candy, I want my ice cream, wow, wow. Why can't I eat these things? Stop being such a fucking baby. Stop it.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Shut up, stop whining. Stop whining all the fucking time. Welcome everybody to episode 477 of the Daily fucking Swole. We're talking about nutrition today. 3 foods you should get out. They get knocked the fuck out. They get knocked the fuck out. Stop being such a fucking baby. Stop crying all the time. I miss my cookies. Oh my God, I miss my bananas. Oh my God, I miss my sugar. I miss my cornflakes. Stop being such a pussy. Give it up. You want abs? You want muscles? You want the big biceps? The most muscular podcast in the realm? Yeah. You gotta stop being such a baby. Wake up. Stop dreaming. This isn't fucking Willy Wonka fantasy land. You have to get up. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, Wesley? Ready to make some sick fucking gains, everybody? Welcome to the game train, gal. Where we're not babies. We're big fucking men with beards. We're animals. We're not little childs anymore. This isn't fucking kindergarten cop. That's not a ferret. It's not a tumor. It's sick fucking gains. Gal. Y'all, who woke him up from the grave? Yeah! Oh, Papa Swoleo's got his hat on. Got my hat on with the glasses. Welcome everyone to episode 477 of the Daily Mother Sleazy. Let me cut that. Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed the intro. Welcome. This is nutrition episode titty bump, bicep flex. Nutrition episode. Like, share the broadcast. What up? What the fuck is up? Welcome to a Swole Saturday. Get your coffee, get your gains, hide the children, get into the bomb shelter because I'm about to drop some serious fucking knowledge nukes. 3 foods. What should you do? Stop eating them. They're going to get knocked the fuck out just like Mayweather's going to get his lights absolutely fucking smashed in. We hope, right? We hope. Actually, I don't really care who wins, but it's going to be fun. If you're watching the fight tonight, float some hearts, float some thumbs, drop a comment below if you're going to watch another circus. Hopefully it's better than the last circus, but I'm looking forward to someone getting their face knocked in. Their face fucking knocked in. And I'm telling you, I would just love to see just McGregor just land one right in the middle of the fucking face and just put a cavernous waist in Mayweather's face. I don't know. I always love the underdog. And the fact that McGregor's the underdog is impressive. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Whether or not it's rigged, it's going to be fun, right? Entertainment. Let's fucking do it. Welcome everyone to episode 477 of the Daily Mother. Just like going up to the top of a roller coaster, the Swoler coaster, the Daily Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, broadcast, beardcast, livecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome to the Daily Sleazy, live every day at 12 noon Eastern Time. Catch all the episodes on YouTube, and also type in Swolenormous if you want to hear every episode on SoundCloud and iTunes. I'm everywhere. Whoa, the share train. Welcome everyone. Yeah, if you're a new member, if you're new to the Daily, if it's your first live Swole, you gotta flex and you gotta drop a comment below. Say, yo, what up bitches, what up snitches, it's my first Daily. It's your first Daily Swole, you gotta comment. So thank you so much for liking and sharing the broadcast. A couple things first, Big weekend, McGregor Mayweather fight tonight, yes. Tomorrow, Game of Thrones season finale. What a weekend! Oh my God, my head might fucking explode. I'm super excited. We all know that gonna have to have another White Walker intro tomorrow for the Daily Swole. A couple other things. Tomorrow is open Q&A on the Daily Swole. Tomorrow's Sunday. Super fun Sunday fun day. Gonna have an open Q&A, so let's have a conversation. So make sure make sure you show up. Make sure you show up and ask questions. Tomorrow is open season. Open season, all the questions you want to ask tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Now, another awesome thing, a lot of you heard about this, you saw this in your email, that my program, my 90-day program, we were talking a little bit about yesterday on the Daily Swole, my 90-day program, the 90-day dash, the link is in the description until Sunday. That's tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Until tomorrow, Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, it's almost midnight. When you get my program, you get a one-on-one call with me, Papa Swole. I give you my time and I will answer any questions and get you jump-started into the program. So the link is in the description, 90day-program.swolenormous.com, and you get a one-on-one coaching call with your purchase of the program, and that's only until tomorrow night at midnight. So I don't recommend waiting till tomorrow night at 11 o'clock at the buzzer, because the sooner you sign up, the sooner you can sign up and get your time sooner, because those times are limited. My time is limited. Time on Earth is limited. And I only have so many slots that I have available. So don't wait. Sign up today. Link is in the description. Program.swolenormous.com. Now, let's get on with the show. Let's get on with the gain train. Thanks for the love, Chase. Yeah, if any of you are already in the 90-Day Dash program, drop a couple comments. Tell everyone, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? But wait, there's more. We got sick fucking gains here, Lucas. That's right, Lucas. We don't always have programs. We don't only have premium. We don't only have a lot of members watching live. We got a daily show to do. That's right. We have one gain, thing one and thing two here flexing on you. Welcome to Everest K2. Welcome to the fucking gain train. I'm amped. I'm amped because these foods that I'm going to tell you, and it's a couple of many, but I gotta leave something, I gotta tease you, right? This is just the tip. So, this episode 477, we went out to dinner, right? We had an appetizer, we had great conversation, you didn't want to come back to my place, we're kind of hanging out in my car in the parking lot. In other words, this is just the tip. Just giving you the tip, just the tip. I convinced you just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This is just a tip. 477, stop eating them. You could also just call this episode just a tip, because I am going to get your thirst quenched for some more of this awesome nutrition information. Those of you in premium, and those that have already jumped into some of this reading material in premium in the book club, you are going to be aware of a couple of these things. Just a couple major things. Let's start this off. Ready? Who's ready? Brrr, bing. When it comes to your nutrition, it's more about what you're not eating and what you eliminate, what you get rid of, than what you're adding. And there are some major problems with these fad diets like keto, paleo, vegan, eliminating meat altogether, which I think is ludicrous. All these different things, South Beach, Atkins, there's a reason why people go on these nutrition plans and stop seeing results. They might see initial weight loss, but then they'll get skinny and then they'll have a fat stomach. Why do guys look skinny and then look pregnant and have a big bulging stomach? I was in Whole Foods yesterday. Some of you might have seen some of my little stories on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, check it out. And Snapchat, and I was, the spice aisles and all the different stuff in Whole Foods, and I was, filming some stuff in there. But there's so many people that, especially dudes, just with guts, like they're not hugely fat, but they look pregnant. Why? Human men cannot give birth. Why do dudes look pregnant? Like, fine, like this, and then just huge, bulbous, tight, pushed out gut. And it's because of inflammation. It's because most of us, our entire lives, we live through inflammation. Our body is constantly fighting an infectious process based on elements getting through the gut wall, getting through the small intestines, because the foods that we're eating are not meant to be eaten. Let's put it that way. Not meant to be eaten. And the issue goes far beyond, well, you shouldn't drink soda. No shit. You shouldn't eat McDonald's and Burger King. No shit. You shouldn't be eating candy. No shit. You shouldn't be drinking beer. Well, no shit. And I used to eat super strict, and I'm documenting my journey because I am cutting out all the little excess tweaks because I liked my Sour Patch Kids and I liked my beer. And, you know, those were really like the only little cheats that I was giving myself. But I'm tightening everything up, and I'm actually documenting everything in my premium group, videos. And those of you that are in premium, you know I'm taking videos of my shopping list, everything that I'm doing in order to hold myself accountable and to demonstrate that I don't just talk the talk. I'm walking it. Got rid of everything. I returned all the stuff, all the little extra things I was eating, got rid of it. Because I eat very healthy, but a little bit can do a lot of damage. And I'm young and healthy, but this is the kind of thing that compounds over years. So my point is, when you look lean and you have a gut, or when you're eating 1,200 calories a day, but you're not losing weight, like how the fuck does that make sense? How can you be cutting calories that much and not see change? Why are you doing a strict diet and not seeing results? And the reason is because the strict diet, eating healthy foods that you think are healthy, are not really healthy. That's the truth behind it. It's not really healthy. So let's talk about three major things that you can cut out of your nutrition plan right away that's going to make some progress, and why they'll make some progress. Okay, we'll get more into this in the near future. So stop eating these fucking foods. Just stop. They're not good for you. Okay? The first one is going to be this one. Corn. And the reason is for a couple things. First off, and I'm not talking about GMO yet. I'm not talking about corn being in everything. I'm going to talk about fucking eating corn. Like eating corn. Not good for you. Forget about how it's processed. Forget about high fructose corn syrup. Forget about corn being in your ketchup. Forget about corn being in cereal. Forget about corn being in your fish, in your meat, in your chicken. Forget about corn being fucking everywhere. Let's talk about corn, period. Corn is very high in lectin content, which is a protein that plants use as a defense mechanism that causes inflammation in the body. This is the very simple, roaded answer. Okay, this is a very simple approach. Corn is not getting digested by the body. There's a reason why when you eat corn, like, oh, you see corn in your shit, because your body's not digesting it. Now, what happens when you're eating corn, which has high lectin content, which is one of the things that plants produce in order to defend itself against animal predators? What it does is it damages the intestine, aka the gut. All your digestive system is responsible for your immunity and your immune defense, okay? So the small intestine, if you didn't know, and if you unravel your intestines, all the surface area of your intestines, the cell walls, it's as large as a tennis court. That's what most scientists would say. It's as large as a tennis court. So huge surface area. This is where you digest food, not the stomach. You break it down in the stomach, and then it gets into the small intestine where it gets absorbed. Now, because of these poisonous proteins, the lectins that are in corn, it causes inflammation and damage because the cell wall in the small intestine is only about 1 cell thick. So diffusion and elements can pass through, but only the ones that are the right size that you're designed to eat. So it causes inflammation, it causes separation, and big molecules and these invaders get through, past where they should be. They should not be through the small intestine. They should not be in the rest of the tissue, in the rest of the blood, in the rest of the system. So your body sends out an inflammatory response. Red alarm, fucking DEFCON 1, we have to go to war, nuclear strike. So your body attacks and sends an inflammatory response to attack the invader. Now, what happens when your body has an inflammatory response? This is why it's important when you're thinking about taking an NSAID like Motrin or Advil or foods that you're allergic to. That's why when I'm saying it's not just like, hey, this food breaks me out in hives. This food kills me. Oh, I get a little bit of, I get a little diarrhea. When you have inflammation, what is a major thing that all of you are going to care about? all of you are going to care about this. When you have inflammation, what does your body do? You ready? When you're causing inflammation, you're all going to want to know what happens. When you're causing inflammation by eating this and other foods that cause inflammation, this is what happens. I told you you'd care. I told you you'd care. People, when you cause inflammation in your intestines, when you cause inflammation in your body by the foods that you eat, your body starts storing more fat because it has to go to war, it has to do battle, and it stores fat to build up supplies for the war ahead. Okay, however you want to think of it, okay? Fat increases. So when you eat these foods and other ones, but these foods specifically, all of us, when we eat these foods, it causes various degrees of inflammation, which causes our body to store fat. Now, where are you going to store fat? In your deltoid, in your fingers, in your calf. You can store it in your stomach. You're going to store it where your body can easily access it. You're going to store it where it needs it. Store it near the organs, right? Protect around the organs, right? The link is misspelled. What's misspelled? All right, if there's any link that's misspelled, what can I help you with, Ash? I just saw something. Link is misspelled. If there's a link, it's program.swolenormous.com or it's premium.swolenormous.com for the groups. So pretty simple tweak. Just adjust it, but I'll adjust the link after the show if it is the case. But when you have inflammation, you should be sitting here watching this right now. Anyway, don't be clicking anywhere. Fucking watch this episode. Inflammation, you're gonna store fat. Okay? Inflammation, store fat. Yeah, Ash, just stick around. I'll correct it. You know, I got fucking sausage fingers, so you know these little buttons sometimes. It's from making gains. Okay? Inflammation, store fat. So corn does that because the high lectin content that your body doesn't digest. Inflammation, fat. Fuck corn. The problem is, and those of you that are in my premium group, you know what the problem with corn is. Remember that video in premium, those of you that are members, remember what I posted when I threw out all that stuff, all those condiments and things that people keep around their fridge, you know, with ketchup, salad dressing, mayo, all these little fucking things, it all has corn in it. Corn sugar, corn. Jamie, you can't digest it. You can't digest it. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. Once you start eliminating the foods that aren't good for you, you don't crave them anymore because you're eliminating all the cells in your body and all the bacteria that are demanding these foods. You're not feeding the shit. All corn-based forms cause, yes. And if it's not corn, it's corn sugar. And that's garbage. Added sugar is trash. Same type of inflammation, same type of insulin-like response. Because if you're consuming sugars, you're consuming sweet substances, even sweeteners, it's going to trigger your body to think that more sugar is coming and cause you to eat more foods. Even artificial sweeteners, we'll get into that some other time. We'll save that. Okay, next one. Wheat and whole grains. We'll count this together. This goes far beyond gluten, okay? Gluten is one type that can cause damage. There's a problem when people go gluten-free. Why do people go gluten-free and then get fatter or still have stomach fat or not see results? Because most gluten-free foods are high in other forms of sugar, but most gluten-free foods are not eliminating all the grains or all the lectins that are causing you damage. Like wheat germ glutenate that is very, very damaging. It can get through a lot of the porous holes that gluten can't get through because gluten's a larger molecule. So they'll eliminate gluten, fine, but then you're still getting other lectins and other issues and other inflammatory compounds, just to keep it simple, when gluten's out of the picture. So gluten oftentimes isn't the one that's the biggest contributor. That's why gluten-free diets and gluten-free products are still shit, because they still have other things that are causing you damage. And they're usually high in calories. So wheat and whole grains, fuck them. You don't need them. Especially whole grains, there's no such thing as any health benefit from that. You do not need it. You can't digest it. Especially whole grains. You're not going to consume it. Very, very, very bad for you. Same effect. Inflammation. And what I say about inflammation? Fat. Inflammation and fat. And a lot of these foods also have other mechanisms. It's not just the lectin, it's not just the inflammation, it's also a lot of these molecules mimic other molecules like insulin and can raise estrogen levels, especially, when it goes back to corn. Even wheat and whole grains, let's go back to that. So inflammation, gluten, and other lectins, you don't want wheat or whole grains. So get rid of the bread, get rid of the pastas, get rid of it, no cereal, get rid of all that. Let me backtrack back to corn. When you have things like corn, well, actually, I'll lead into the next one. Corn, and I'll also talk about soy. And this, I'll add, because soy is the next one, because we're going to go over 4. We're going to go over 4. So corn and soy, but I'll add corn back in because I want to talk about genetically modified. Yeah, oatmeal, oats, avoid oats. Avoid oats. Corn and soy. Soy raises estrogen. Now, high estrogen levels can cause girls to get their periods too young, and also cause guys to have bitch tits, man boobs. Okay, there's no reason why kids should be overweight when they're 7 or 8 years old, but they're consuming food with genetically modified corn, GMO corn, which is most common because the chemical companies can grow corn that are resistant to bacteria and stuff like that, of which we're creating super bacteria. So that's even a whole other issue. Soy, which is also GMO, genetically modified. GMO stands for genetically modified. And a lot of you might have heard these terms before, but not really understood the importance of them. So genetically modified soy, and the issue with genetically modified is because they're altered. And some of these genetically modified elements and molecules can mimic things like insulin. The body confuses a molecule for insulin. The body confuses a molecule for, an estrogen releasing or stimulating compound. It fucks with your endocrine system. It fucks with your endocrine system. So soy can raise estrogen levels, not to mention it's genetically modified, which means it's also sprayed and it's also fucking tweaked in a lab by scientists. It's not real food. It's not real food. And even organic soybeans, I would avoid. There's really no benefit to, can it be better? It might be. I'm not aware of the organic soybean in terms of the lectin content, but the GMO, the genetically modified aspect of soy, is dangerous because beans have a lot to do with inflammation in the stomach, and soy is a bean. Okay? But there's no reason to consume soy. There's really no reason to consume soy. There's really no reason to consume soy milk. There's no reason to consume soybeans. You don't need to be sucking down tofu. Okay? Now, the genetically modified aspects of these products, the fact that they're highly acidic, the fact that they can stimulate estrogen, let's talk about the next one, which is a bean, which most people don't know. It's a legume, and I'm going to use it in the category of all the other beans. Peanuts. Stop eating peanuts and stop eating peanut butter. Stop eating all of it. I'll fix that link. If there's a link that's broken, which it shouldn't be, I'll fix it. If you're all referring to the link with the program to purchase the program, because I am running a special offer until Sunday, tomorrow night at midnight, that you get a one-on-one coaching call with purchase of the 90-day dash until midnight tomorrow night. So if there's an issue with the link, I'll fix it immediately after. You can also message me on the Facebook page. and I'll contact you. I'll get in touch. Sometimes those links break for whatever reason, so I'll fix that. Anyway, we're trying to reduce inflammation. We're trying to reduce issues, and this is going to help everyone. This is going to help everyone for the rest of your life. But you love peanuts. You don't love peanuts. The organisms and bacteria in your stomach and your intestines love peanuts. And they're causing you to crave peanut butter. And it's bad for you. So think about it that way. It's very liberating when you realize you don't have the cravings. The actual bacteria in your gut ecosystem is sending signals to your brain telling you to eat peanut butter. You don't really want peanut butter because you don't have as much control of your body as you think you do. You're just a vessel for all this bacteria. Okay? Almonds are okay. Blanched and, peeled almonds. You don't want to eat the skins. Almond butter is okay. Almond butters are okay. Peanuts. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which is not good, which can cause heart disease. As well as peanuts are not a nut. Peanuts are not a nut. It's a legume. And it's very high lectin content, which your body sees as an invader, and it causes damage to your system. You don't eat peanut butter. 94%, and in these resources that I'm referring to, now, I'm a smart guy. I have not done all this research myself. I put into practice personally. I've done it in the past, and I've seen amazing results. I've seen people that had amazing results eliminating these foods. I'm a smart guy, but I didn't do this research myself. So what does any smart person do that knows the human body and knows good shit when he sees it? He spreads it around. I know good research, and real information when I come across it. And that's why I have the reading material. That's why I have been documenting and sharing this stuff in my premium group, and that's why I'm bringing this to the forefront. No to cashews as well. And peanuts and cashews, the reason why these things are bad is because we're not designed to eat them. Forget if it tastes good, our body doesn't process them. Our body doesn't process them because we're not from the North Americas. Our gene pool is from Asia and Africa, and we come over to the United States, and only in a few hundred years, we're eating completely different foods. Our bodies haven't adapted to that yet. So we can't digest these foods. And in these resources, and with the studies I'm referring to, 93 to 94% of infants are born with antibodies for peanuts. They're born with antibodies for peanuts. Children are born pretty much almost 100%, about 94% are born with antibodies for peanuts. Some nuts that are okay, almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, those things are okay. Pecans, those are okay, among a few other ones. But peanuts and cashews, no good. No good. Like, they're not good for you. Now, here's what your body does. And here's what's interesting. Because, like I said before, just to give you a little recap, with the diet, inflammation equals bad because it increases fat. When your body is inflamed, it's like your body's form of war, right? Inflammation, war, battle is bad, and it causes you to store fat. Okay? It causes you to store fat. So with these foods and more, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because it's causing long-term damage. And some of us are younger and we're more resistant, but a lot of the issues that plague you, from not being able to lose fat and being stubborn, having joint pain and injury and brain fog and all these things and autoimmune issues can stem from foods like this that causes kind of inflammatory response. All right? I see things like Europeans and Italians, And Europeans ban GMOs. Europeans don't have the same type of lectins in their wheat and bread. That's why you can have like white bread in Italy and it won't cause the same issues because it doesn't have wheat germ gluten in it and these other types of lectins that we see in the United States because we get a lot of processed stuff. Only until recently, because of tourism, Europeans didn't have, whole grains. It was all white bread, but it's cooked differently and it's used with, you're using yeast and other elements, because what happens with these proteins, lectins, I believe it is, and don't quote me, I'm pretty sure this is it, when you're using yeast in natural baking, like you're making it fresh and you're making it the right way, that the yeast digests the lectins so you don't get the inflammatory response. And it's different in Europe. It's just much better. It's much better. It's much better ingredients. It's better methods. We get fucked. We get fucked. We literally get fucked in the United States. So when you are cutting out some of these foods, I want to make this very clear. When your friends and family and people are saying like, oh man, you're cutting out all this stuff, you're just being really nitpicky, oh come on, just have a beer, have some of these chicken wings. The chicken that's fucking poison. I'm going to rage a lot more on food over the next few weeks, but you're not being picky. It's not picky when you're trying to go through the supermarket to find the foods that you're actually designed to eat. People are gonna make fun of you and they'll be like, oh man, you're not gonna eat that. What, you're gonna avoid that? Oh, you're gonna eat that too? Oh, careful with, you be careful of the hand sanitizer, be careful of those aerosol cans. Because no one wants to change, no one wants to believe that we're surrounded by poison. Yet I want you to think about this, right? The reason why this is absolutely true, and it just makes sense, okay? If this is all bullshit, if all the artificial stuff, if all the bullshit, this is all crap, this is all make-believe, and everything you see in the supermarket's healthy, and I'm just talking a big game, how come fitness is so popular, right? Fitness is so popular, right? CrossFit, exercise, it's going up. It's super popular, right? You got down here, let's say the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, beyond. Getting more popular, right? How come being like fat and disease ridden is just skyrocketing with it? How is this fucking possible? Like, how are they both increasing at exponential rates? How is it? How is it possible that they're both just fucking shooting off through the roof? It doesn't make sense, right? How can fitness and information, like, look, we're all holding little squares, right? It's different if you're in the 1950s and you're like, reading the paper and be like, that Hitler's a bad guy. Yeah, fuck Adolf and his little mustache. And you're reading in the newspaper, right? But now you have a phone and you can get information like that. We have it all at our fingertips. You got a couple things. You got too much information, too much noise. You can't find the good shit. That's why you come to Papa Swole. That's why you come here, because I'm not going to fucking lie to you. I want to tell you like it is. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. Also, this has been still going up. It's still going up. How come we're not making change? How come we're not getting healthier? There are gyms everywhere. There used to be one health club, like in New York City, or two, and it was like a health studio, and you had basic equipment. You were looked at as a freak if you exercised. You lifted weights, like in Arnold's era. It was a freak show. It was a freak show. People were like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. Look how muscular he is. Being fat, it's not a good thing. And there's a reason why. You could be skinny and have a huge gut as a dude. Why do you have man boobs and a pregnant belly when you don't have fat anywhere else? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And Rocco, your question, when it comes to the premium group, when it comes to the premium subscription, I don't do meal plans because I don't believe in cookie cutter meal plans. What we do in my premium group is I have the book available. All right, I show you where to get the book. I show you where to read it. It's from a highly accoladed medical doctor. It's an amazing book, and we track everything. It's a little book club we have in premium, but it's all available. I want you to learn. I want you to learn. That's my approach. I want everyone to learn. I want everyone to learn all about this. It's very important, but you have to learn from yourself. You have to learn by going through it. You have to learn by eliminating the bad foods and increasing the content of good foods. And I'm documenting videos, pictures, my own personal recipes. It's an amazing way of eating. It's an amazing way of looking at the human body. But I don't believe in cookie cutter shit because we're all a little bit different. However, there are certain foods like these that no human should be consuming. And, it's just very important to approach your fitness with the right mindset. Being fat is not natural. And there are many other aspects, or many other avenues that I'm going to deliver here on the daily. I'm going to show, we're going to talk about it. We can talk more tomorrow about it. But in the next coming, couple of weeks, in the next week or two, going to be raging a lot on the Swole and explaining a lot more why you're storing body fat. Why you're storing body fat when you're eating foods that you think are healthy. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about these fucking diets, is that you think they're healthy. Whole grain bread. There's a reason why the Mediterranean diet's effective. There's a reason why some of these, these little tribes on little islands live long without disease, and they're eating high carbs and fat, but it's what foods they're consuming. We're all human beings, and there's certain things that we should not be eating. So it's extremely, extremely important. I have not watched it, but I heard it's mostly about not eating meat, but you should be eating meat. You're fine to eat meat and fish. It's what type. It's what type of meat. It's what the meat ate, right? It's what the meat ate. It's what your food ate. So it's grass-fed beef, it's wild fish, it's eliminating fucking chicken because chicken is trash. All these other little tidbits, from the book and from other resources, that eating chicken just raises estrogen. Lean chicken breast causes damage. Lean chicken breast causes damage because you're pretty much eating corn. There's some crazy shit that pregnant women, if they're eating chicken breast, it shrinks the size of their child's penis because it's high in estrogen. And it raises estrogen. Isn't that fucked up? It's fucked up. Yeah, lean skinless chicken breast, unless it's pastured chicken, it's not good for you because these chickens are given hormones, antibiotics, and they're fed grain, they're fed corn. So you're eating corn, you're eating a chicken that's just packed with corn. So you're not really eating chicken, you're eating corn breast, or eating a steak, a corn steak. Would I say that you're paleo? No, it's not about being paleo. No, this is not paleo because paleo is not the right approach either, because paleo encourages eating things like peanut butter. That counts for paleo. And peanut butter should be avoided. So that's why people do paleo and don't see great results. That's why people do paleo and keep a gut and don't get rid of all their issues. That's why people do keto and don't get rid of all their issues. That's why people become vegans and stay fat. Fat vegans, super common. Pastured chicken is chicken that literally was in a pasture, pucking bugs. Chicken are not meant to be eating corn and grain. So anyway, could talk about this all day. We will do more topics in future episodes. Thank you so much for joining me on episode fucking 477 of the Daily by the Swole, the most muscular swolecast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Thank you so much for joining me for 477. Those of you that are in premium, you can expect more nutrition videos and more more content in the Swole food section in premium. Those of you that want to join us on this journey, because a lot of us in premium are fucking getting into this hardcore. If you want to talk more about all this nutrition stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend signing up for my premium group, premium.swolenormous.com. Also, if you haven't seen it in the email yesterday, until Sunday, if you're not just looking for an accountability group with weekly workshops, all those different things, nutrition videos, weekly workshops, exercise demos, and amazing accountability, that's my premium group. My program, the 90-day program, if you're looking for physical activity, corrective exercises, stabilization, yoga, strength training, endurance, the program that I'm offering, 90day-program.swolenormous.com, until tomorrow night at midnight. With your purchase, you will also get a one-on-one coaching call with Papa Swole. So I highly recommend not waiting till last minute, because the coaching call time slots go fast and time is time. I can't add more time. So if the time is not available, you might have to wait longer to get your call. if at all. So please don't wait on that. I'd love to get you involved on a proper fitness program. So if you're into all this stuff, you love watching the Swole, you want to get more involved, join my private community, try my program. Everything's guaranteed. I don't hamstring anyone for anything. I only want people that want to be there. It's awesome. I stand behind 100%. That's why I talk about it so much, because it's the fucking tits. And a lot of people in the comments watching this live daily are members of the 90-Day Dash, are members of Swolenormous Premium, and you always hear all the great things they have to say because it is the fucking shit. So thank you so much for joining me for episode 477, the most muscular Swolecast in the realm. I will see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. Enjoy. Oh, in the comments below, who do you think? You probably did this at the beginning. Who do you think, Mayweather or McGregor? Who do you think is going to win tonight? If you care, if you don't care, just pick a name. Mayweather or McGregor? Who do you think is going to win? Drop in the comments below. Peace, McGee's out.